Football, give me the football, because I'm gonna throw an interception. That's right, it's NFL Straya. I'm your co-host, Jaymz Clements. I'm a guy here in the studio. Equal top of the AFC on a bye. Nothing better than a bye. After a win, I'll tell you what. Equal best record in the entire NFL. Not to be confused with the guy on the other side of this here camera who is charging up. I think in that last sentence, we just got another fumble and turnover from his Eagles. He's charging up right now to, I don't know, probably let rip. He's sometime singing in a band called The Ramshackle. He's my mate. He's your mate. It's a very angry Gaz. Gaz, what's going on?
I can't even be angry anymore, Jim. It's just, it's comical at this point. I was trying to work through the game today, and I just look up and go, we've sacked. I only said Rivers because I've heard that he's getting a trial again. We've just sacked Jazzy Herbs. We're going well. We're going to get the ball back. Oh no, we've given it back to them. Oh, there we go. Oh no, we've given it back to them. Then we got the ball back. Oh, but we've given it back to them again on the same play. That's fucking weird. But nothing surprises me now, Jim. Nothing surprises me. Good times.
Good times, great memories. What a world, the Philadelphia Eagles. Especially in a week where you had the positivity bunny. I feel like that's pretty disappointing to being part of the Monsters broadcast, which is
100%.
Just brutal. I mean, what are you doing?
Minowski, get us in.
But anyway, I mean, it was a pretty chaotic week. We're going to wrap it all up for you. So week 14, we had a big weather week. We've got a bit of news to dig into. We'll wrap up all the games, do some yeah-nahs, give away some weekly awards, and then you'll get all of week 15's picks on Thursday. That'll be nice, I reckon. I mean, I hope so. Anyway, it's episode 149 of NFL Straya. Big week to talk out. Let's get into it. Let's go!
I am gonna deal with it.
Oi! Get off it, you bloody kids. Oh, my God. Stop hitting your sister. Get off your brother. Get off. Stop riding the bloody... Fuck this, I'm going back to work. G'day, this is Phil Rivers, and you're listening to NFL Straya. All right, Gaz, I'll tell you what. I have 2 squids, and most of the time I'm like, wow, this is a lot. Phil Rivers is a grandfather, and he's got about 87 kids. He's been retired since 2020, and he's just like, I've had enough. I got to go back to work.
Coach. Yeah.
This is not much fun. I think I was texting a mate of mine, and I'm like, this is the exact thing that happened with Phil Rivers. So the report is that the Colts, who have got no QBs left, are like, hey, Phil, want a free flight to Indianapolis and work out? He's like, seriously, to be honest, that'd be great. I think I texted, this was the entire thing. There's just like shrieking 12 kids in the background. Phil Rivers' wife going, Phil, can you help? Phil looking at his phone, scrolling through his reels like, I'm pretty busy. I don't know, I got a bit to do. And like the wife going, are you serious? You've been retired for 5 years. And then he's like, frantically calling Shane Steichen, and it's like, oh no, work's calling. I gotta go to work.
Kind of reminds me of like when I started this podcast, Jim. It's like, Mrs. like, can you help us out on a Monday night? And I'm like, nah, I've got to watch football highlights. No, come on, just like, you're an adult. We're in a relationship. No, it's kind of my job now. Like, that's it. With all of these bills, I've got to pay for all these kids somehow. Like,
I like it. Good on him.
Gotta go pull a Flacco.
It's a much more fun story than I think the story we got out of last week was like, are they going to fire Mike Tomlin? And then, of course, they win. So, But anyway, I feel like in terms of the story coming out of this week, this felt like a real football week. Like, it had awesome games. We had awesome different weather all around the country, which is really fun. We had, like, some crazy, like, monsoony wet games. We had, like, a couple of snow games. The beautiful insides of SoFi Stadium and whatnot. And I guess we sort of came out of it going, wait a minute, it's also fraud week, because I think we've uncovered a few frauds here, Gaz. I'm not going to take a victory lap just yet on a couple of them, but I'm warming up the calves. I'm warming up the Achilles. For me, it'll take about 2 days to warm up, but we'll get there. The Colts, the Chiefs, the Cowboys, they're all looking upwards to, I don't know, basically this scramble for the playoffs. With 14 weeks down and 4 weeks left to go, with no buys remaining for everybody, it is chaos in the standings. This is usually when we sort of start doing standings checks as well on the show. So we may as well bloody well do that. In the AFC, real quick, Broncos and Pats, both 11-2. Denver, I think, have got the better conference record. There you go, 7-2. I'm flabbergasted by that. Like, we're going to look back at this Pat season and go, are you serious? Like, the Raiders?
Yeah.
The Raiders. Who are going to win 2 games. You serious? Anyway, 11-2. Then you got the Jags.
Oh, no, they've still got a game against the Eagles, so could be 3 games.
Jags on top of the AFC South now at 9-4. The Steelers on top of the AFC North at 7-6. The Chargers, after their win today, bolt up! They're in the 5 spot. Buffalo in the 6. And currently, god damn it, the Houston Texans in the 7, which would mean they would play the Pats. Fuck that. 8-5.
All of that coming, like the fact that you, from about halfway through the season, Jim, when they had no offense, Stroud out, they were starting to pull it together. You started to spruik, I don't want to face that defense in the playoffs. And, you know, have you fulfilled your own, you know, have you talked that into existence?
I certainly will hope not. The vibe is hopefully we just continue winning and we just get the 1 seed. But anyway, so in 8, you've got the Colts at 8-5. Then a drop off to the 6 and 7 teams, which are the Baltimore Ravens, the Kansas City Chiefs in 10, and the Dolphins. So I'm going to talk about the Chiefs and the playoff stuff in a little bit because I've got all the breakdowns there, right? Somehow the Bengals are 4-9 and not knocked out yet. But anyway, the NFC, 10-3 Rams, 9-3 Packers, 9-3-1. Eagles 8-5. Yeesh. 7-6 for the Bucks on top of the NFC South, barely. Then you got the Seahawks 10-3 in the classic. We're not running our division, so we're somehow stuck in the 5 seed. The Niners, it's 9-4, and the Bears at 9-4. So the Bears go from the 1 seed to the 7 seed in 1 week, which is brutal. And on the outside looking in, you still have the Detroit footballing Lions at 8-5. The Panthers at 7-6, which, that's right, that's the same record as the Bucks. The Cowboys at 6-6-1 in the 10 spot. And yeah, the dead Vikings. So it is awesome. It's not, I feel like, as competitive as some other years, but it is much like this. It's a morass, as per usual. And with 4 weeks to go, it feels very morassy.
It's still weird to see that, like, I don't know, the entire NFC South has got a negative point differential. The best team being the Bucks on top at negative 26. The Panthers still having a chance to make the playoffs at negative 50. Wild. And then someone like, yeah, San Francisco might be on the outside here with a plus 38. Wow.
It is brutal. So I think the frauds, like the fraud watch was obviously always going to be sort of the Bears. I still believe in the Bears. I think they're better than maybe some of the other frauds. The Colts are the obvious frauds, which I'll talk about again in a little bit. Chargers were on fraud watch, and especially with the banged up Juzzy Herbs, that was obviously a massive win, which we'll talk to. Amazingly, I think we need to explain this as well. I spoiled it for you too.
Yeah. So I've got a thing where there's an illegal, like, it's not illegal. Sorry, that's let's just say it's a.
He's out here broadcasting, committing crimes. Good job.
Pretty weird. Yeah, I'm punk and shit. No. There's a stream thing that you can get. It's a service that I pay for, Jim. So surely it's got to be legal.
Let's just call it NFL Game Pass, and away we go.
Yeah. But you're running in off that. That former Murdoch money. Can we call it the former Murdoch money? No, so look, I'm watching a stream thing that, Jim, I stream it and then I cast it to my phone. And sometimes it drops over an entire game. You can watch, 30 seconds, 15 to 30 seconds get behind, right? And so I always turn social media off during a game, just so that there was no spoilers and all that sort of stuff. And then you've got a podcast co-host who fucking sends you an SMS 5 seconds after a game-ending play, which we'll talk about in a second. And I was trying to one eye on the meeting that I was in and another eye on the game that was 30 seconds behind. And then my phone goes off, Jim, and you just go, "Oh no." And I'm like, "I don't know what that "oh no" means. It means we just fucking lost. Thanks, Jim."
I thought I was being respectful in waiting the 5 seconds until after I
No, you weren't.
It wasn't
I
even
think I called you a
instantaneous.
number of expletives on that thing. I wasn't even swearing at my team. I kind of expected us to lose. I expected us to find a new and inventive way to shit the bed. But you spoiling for me was not what I spent 3.5 hours waiting for.
Just saying, man. I just watched it through my Disney Plus, and it was
Oh,
apparently
Lord.
way ahead. Anyway, speaking of throwbacks and behind the times, Phil Rivers trying out for the Colts again, which is very funny. Not so funny as the Danny Dimes did his Achilles. He's my starting QB in fantasy, so that sucks. Also sucks for him. Obviously, Riley Leonard, his backup, he actually played pretty well, I thought. Had some nice throws. Hurt his knee in that game, so he's been moved to week. And obviously, Anthony Richardson is still not off IR yet after getting his eye popped by one of those workout bands.
Oof.
And I don't know, at the physio, I was explaining that to one of the physios. They're like, "Yeah, I've never seen that happen, but I can imagine that it would be pretty disastrous." I'm like, "Yeah." Put him out for like most of the season. So Phil Rivers might be getting the call up, which is very funny. He hasn't played since 2020. I mean, who would you rather, Phil Rivers or Brady? Like, give me Brady at this point. And why can't they just have Flacco? It's just, I feel like you can just pass
Flacco around.
Just off he goes.
Just pass him around.
Jason Pierre-Paul is also looking to be, I think he's just signed with the Bucks as well, which is pretty crazy. And are you getting raided?
I was about to comment. I'm like, we're going to wait until the break. There's a really low-flying helicopter around my area. I had a comment the other day about, because, in the inner north side of Northcote Thornbury, we are pretty much gang culture. And with all these rescue greyhounds and oodles, Jim, the highest population of Subarus in Melbourne. And yeah, I think I'm getting raided. So if this episode, you might be finishing the second half by yourself, bro.
I like that. Getting swatted just in the middle of a show. But Jason Pierre-Paul, like maybe he's just like, I'm going to swat Gaz while Jim makes a joke about my hand. But anyway, for the Bucks, I mean, there's a bunch of teams like this as well now, right, that are just like bereft. There's so many injuries on O-lines, defensive lines, left, right, and center. Yeah. So we're sort of seeing a lot of this sort of flying around. So I'm not even going to bother sort of listing it all out. But they're like to the point where even today, Troy Aikman on the broadcast was talking about Jason Kelsey. He was like, "I wouldn't be surprised if the Philadelphia Eagles hadn't already put in a call." And you're like, that sounds like you've heard something, Troy Aikman. Because no one had brought that up on their own. But anyway. And the tough one, I think, just in terms of injury stuff, Zach Ertz getting absolutely just, his knee exploded by, I don't know who it was actually on the, was it who they played, the Vikings, right? And it was just an absolute targeting of his knee, and it looks, and he flips in the air. It was absolutely brutal gear. So that's probably
there was a lot of love. There was a lot of posting, and a lot of love went out from Eagles social media from that, because there was still this thin hope, because he's something ridiculous, like he's like less than 10 catches behind our franchise record. Like that's how good Zach Ertz was at his peak. And so there was always this hope that, just come back as a bit player, kind of stuff. But this feels like his season is his career done, right? Like it's a lot to come back from that stage in your career. Like that could have been it.
It was
so
pretty rubbishy. Not great. Anyway, let's wrap up some games. What a week it was. All the way back to that Lions-Cowboys game that I didn't watch because I was at Good Things. I watched the start of it. Saw Gibbs get in one, and I'm like, you beauty. He's obviously one of my favourite players on my fantasy team. Had the VC on him for Supercoach as well, so I'm like, I'm tracking this, see if he puts up a monster score, and he did, 3 touchdowns. And so I got home surprisingly in good shape after Good Things. I think I've explained this to folks before. Tool, a fine band, one of the best. Not a wildly fun band to experience. Like, if you're not a hardcore Tool head. I fucking love Tool, love Anima, I love all, like, a bunch of their shit. You're like, this is cool, but there's like definitely like different levels to Tool and how much you love them, clearly. So I had a good time watching that. It's all good. It was very fun. And then managed to like skedaddle home like ahead of the fucking crowd. It was awesome. Got home though, I'm like, fuck, it's still I could just go down to Stay Gold for the after party. What the fuck? But instead, hung out and watched the highlights from this game like a fucking absolute old nerd. Like, how do you know that you're old? It's like when that fucking is happening. But Gibbs was awesome. Like, and that's, I guess the fear for the Cowboys going to this is that they hadn't played like a really shitty, scrappy game for a few weeks. And Detroit were just fucking out for blood. And at home. And looked awesome again. Their defense was the thing that got me as well. I'm like, holy shit, they were carving him up. Good. Pickens was off his head doing his dumb George Pickens shit. And
that was the bit of the storyline after this that everyone's questioning about. Oh, Pickens had one of those with very little effort and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, but when he can be an absolute maniac. That's him. Like, he'll be having a play like last week or the week before where he should have gone down half a dozen times and just refused to, breaking tackles and jumping over dudes and whatever. And then there's this one that he just like, it's like a brain snap where he's just like doesn't know where the ball is. And so that's the full George Pickens experience.
Yeah, he's worth the headaches to a degree. But this keeps the Lions season alive. They're 8-5 now, but it kind of puts the death knell in the Cowboys, 6-1. Like, there's a hint of a chance still, but not much of one. So,
well, I think that this is the weird thing when we talk about the watch is that they're on the offense. So the Eagles' offense has scored more than 21 points once in 5 games, right? So there's a chance that if we drop anything with all of the Cowboys' final games are winnable. And if they win out, they'll end up with 10 wins. And that the draw that they got earlier in the season would be the difference maker, right? So the Eagles have to just take care of business, and Cowboys need to hope for some help. And they got it this week.
Well, you guys played Washington twice. I think you're okay. Seahawks, 37, Atlanta 9. This was tied at the half. Like, I love the Seahawks because they just go, no, we're just, check this out. Here's JSN some more. And they're awesome. So off they went, kicked some ass, took some names. Bijan was fine-ish, but yeah, JSN, 92 yards, 2 touchdowns, looking pretty good. Falcons, even at home, it was just a mess, right? Like, you're just watching this going, I just don't think they've got a hope in hell. Like, I was like, having bet on this game. I was like a little bit nervous about it as well, watching it. I'm like, oh, Jesus, is Seattle just going to do one of their weird go east and lay an egg games? And then, boom, the second half, they scored 31 points. So they were fine. Kirk Cousins, 2 interceptions, just Seattle just causing all sorts of havoc. Whatever. That was a pretty fun game.
Another lost season if you're the Atlanta Falcons. Like, you just got to feel hopeless, right?
Not only that, they owe their first-round pick to the Rams.
Yeah.
So, it's not even a lost season. It's a kick in the dick season where you don't even get, oh, well, fuck it, we've only got 4 wins. We at least get a really cool pick. No, you don't. Sucked in.
Yep.
Then we had the snow game. Cincinnati, Buffalo. This game rocked. 39-34.
Fucking insane.
34 points in the fourth quarter were scored, I think, total. In the middle of all this snow. It was absolutely crazy. James Cook just did some dumb shit. Also had some good moments. Josh Allen was fucking amazing. But, like, it felt like the Bengals were going to win this. And then back-to-back picks, including a pick 6 from Joe Burrow. That's all tipped, like, just in crazy shit from Buffalo's defense. Josh Allen goes full Josh Allen, scampers for a 40-yard touchdown, and you're like, what the fuck is happening? I think Bengals were up 10 with 8 minutes to go, and then 3 minutes to go, they were down 11.
That was absolutely insane. Look, I was watching it. I was walking a dog in the morning, Jim. I was walking a dog while, doing that really environmentally aware thing, as in terms of audio and protecting myself, and watching my phone with the headphones in with a dog before crossing the road. All that healthy shit. And I'm watching it, I'm like, I'm just going to wait for this car to pass. And you just hear, oh no, that was crazy. Burrow tipped at the line, intercepted, fucking taken back to the house. And then I'm like, oh fuck, all right, Burrow, come on, like settle down here. And it's like, picked again. I'm like, where the fuck was this? You were winning this game. They were fucking done. They were playing spoilers. They were ready to go. The Bills were gonna be a mess. This late season collapse, as you always say, and then all of a sudden, they win quite comfortably. Sure.
I was loving it too, because I'm like, oh yes, kill the Bills dead for me. Like, please. Like, I just want to run out the AFC East. Let's do it. Bengals couldn't get it done, but this was great. It looked amazing. T. Higgins
looked great. Yeah,
one-handed catch. Banged his head a couple of times on the ground, and it's like, he's had concussions, and they're like, nah, he's fine. Don't know about that. But anyway, fun game. That rocked. Love Josh Allen. Like, the passes he was making, you're just like, dude, what the fuck? Bills kind of scary again, I think, after this game. It's just, they're a crazy roller coaster.
Whereabouts on the roller coaster are we, Jim?
That's it. We're back at a high point because they were good at home. That's what happens.
Yep.
Titans 31, Browns 29. The Titans got a second win for the season. Great. Like, what are you doing, you idiots? This was all about Shadur. Shadur played a great game starting for the Browns. His rushed-in touchdown was pretty crazy. It's pretty wild that Kevin Stefanski clearly just still hates the dude, though. Was it on the 2-point conversion? They took him out, ran a wildcat.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, he's thrown for like 360 yards. What are you doing? The Titans pulled it off. Like, Tony Pollard just had like that one broken run that just went to the house, and you're like, oh, yeah, I don't know if Cleveland are going to win this, because it was looking horrible. Like, in the weather in Cleveland and like coming off the lake, it just looked gross as. And Shadur throwing for 364 and 3 touchdowns and rushing one in was pretty unreal. So, yeah, good on him.
Yeah.
Yes.
And what he's been named the starter for the rest of the year, right?
Yep. Good on him. I love it because
glad they invested that higher pick in that other guy, right? That's Gabriel's.
The great Supercoach move for me this week I think I'm 38th overall in the entire comp now.
Jesus.
Was having Shadur on my bench, running him as an emergency for Drake May instead of trading Drake May for Jalen Hurts. What you just heard then was a bullet being dodged. Not bad.
Just on that, but we're now on. It's now the point of the season where we should definitely be on Garrett watch, right? So with another sack today, he's moved up to 20 sacks for the year with 4 games to go, Jim.
So what's he need? 3?
Yeah. Well, it's 22 or 22 and a half
is the record.
22 and a half. So 3. And no maths magician, Jim, but 20 sacks is more sacks than there are games played so far. So you'd think he's on track to take that, which is a wild season. Like, when the fact that you've seen him hit, 4 sack games and be taken out in the last quarter, like, fucking hell, what a monster. This late, and it's not like he's rocketed onto the scene and he's a young dude. He's got some fucking seasons under his belt.
He's awesome.
What a legend.
Great job. Commies 0, Vikings 31. So the Vikings are the first team to win by a shutout after getting shut out in their previous game since 1992. They're the first team in history to get shut out by 25 plus points and then shut another team out and win by 25 plus points.
Wow, there you go.
That's
I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna put it out there, right? I'm not the only person to do this and say this, so I'm not some insightful motherfucker. But why the fuck is Jaden Daniels playing?
so that's probably the key part here, right? So he's dislocated his elbow earlier in the season. He's out for what, 4 weeks? Comes back.
Which doesn't seem like enough, but sure.
It was either 4 or 5, but they're now 3-10 after this loss, and they rolled him back out there. And I'm like, I get football players want to play football. I get that Jaden Daniels wants to at least like work on some stuff, try to get this team point in the right direction. You can probably still try to do that in a week or two. Right?
Yeah.
I don't know if you need to do that right now because he gets hit, he goes off again, and you're like, this is not great. So
yeah, he went down this game and he landed on that left arm.
Yeah.
And instantly he's up and holding it and trying to walk off. Now, of all the things that you can say about this Eagles defensive team, it's the Eagles team. They went after Phillip Rivers to the point of 6-7 sacks today. John Davis and Jalen Carter, two angry men, and they've got to play Washington twice.
I like that you called Justin Herbert Phil Rivers. You've got Rivers on the mind. It's great.
I do have Rivers on the mind. I do have. Oh, that's the second time I've done that. Now that I've got it fucking impressed in my brain.
Need a Phil Rivers counter in the bottom of the screen.
Oh, no, yeah, there you go. Talking about in harm's way, right? I think it was actually RG3. Made a post after this has gone down. The guy who you kind of want to listen to in this situation, whose career got derailed by this sort of shit, just going, there's nothing to be achieved here. Just fucking take him off. You know what you've got in Mariota. He's not going to set the world on fire. He'll manage a game and go away. You're only hurt. Even if he does win, you're hurting your own draft picks now. And you're full of aging fucking free agents that you signed 2 years ago. You've now lost Zach Ertz. Just fucking take the losses, take the draft picks, have your franchise quarterback safe for next year.
Yeah, that's right. It's the exact thing that they should have been doing. Jeez. It's crazy that they no, this will be fine.
Yeah.
Because guess what? It was not fine. The Vikings.
It was not fun.
At home, rip them apart. And I don't know, JJ McCarthy was fine. So, not disastrous, so that's okay. Dolphins 34, Jets 10. The Dolphins keep on rolling, which is just hilarious. This was just a really strange game, too, because Achane was all right getting rolling, and then he got hurt. Yeah. He hurt his ribs. And they had some rando dude, as I'm watching the Jets, as their QB, I'm like, who the fuck is that? And it's Brady Cook. And at one point, I'm like, I actually have absolutely no fucking clue who Brady Cook is.
Me either.
And so he threw 2 interceptions, 163 yards. Sure. It's QBR of 6.6, Gaz. Again, no maths magician, but I'm pretty sure that's pretty fucking horrible. Tua had a QBR of 19.9. So I guess the thing about this is the Dolphins are doing a smart thing by just going, Tua, we're not going to let you decide the games. You're doing an okay job, but we don't want you to beat us, and we don't want you to win for us, really. So just don't fuck up. 13 and 21 he threw for in this game. It's 127 yards. And all of his yards for the last 5 weeks have been going down and down and down and down. It's like a Coles ad featuring a washed up fucking rock star duo. Was that Status Quo? It's fucking so weird.
That's it. Down, the prices are down.
That's it. And so Jalen Wright takes over and he rushes for 107 yards and a touchdown. And you're like, they're fine. Fuck it. Whatever. Jets are horrible. Dolphins still technically alive. It's crazy, but here we are. This was a weird one. Tampa Bay 20. Tyler Shuck and his Saints 24. In Tampa Bay. In the middle of all the rain, it was all gross. It looked horrible. And you got shucked. I'm a shuck head. I'm a shuck boy. Let's go. His little run where he just dives into the end zone, it wins him the game basically. It's absolutely chaos. So good job by him. I enjoyed the Tyler Shockey experience in this one. Usually I don't. So
Very, very strange.
it was pretty wild. And like the Bucks, this was always my fear, Gaz. I've been yelling about this now for weeks. Baker's obviously hurt. It just goes a little bit fucking sideways. And here you are. You just keep pushing shit uphill. Everything gets way more difficult on offense. Bucky Irving's back. You got Rashad White, but they just couldn't quite get enough going on the ground.
Ekbuka dropping shit.
Oh, the Ekbuka drop. That was brutal.
Yeah, like I don't know. You just kind of expected all the good vibes that they were throwing out, and still scraping out wins when they were missing Godwin, missing fucking Irving, missing Mike Evans. Obviously, he's still gone, but like. And yeah, Sterling Shepard and Ekbuka is carrying the team, and Baker being his plucky, banged up self. And then you get the players back, and they seem to have taken a step backwards. Yeah. Right. So anyway,
well, that sort of like leaves Tampa Bay reeling, and as we hit on earlier, the same record as Carolina. So that's fun. Indy 19.
I wonder what Carolina was paying to win the division. Fucking preseason.
It was preseason would have been a fair whack. Like when they were 4-4, it was still pretty high. I remember looking at it, but anyway. Indy 19, Jacksonville 36. Danny Dimes goes out with the Achilles, and it all just got real fucking hard. Really, they got smashed. It was like 28-10, I think, at the half. I'll check that. Yes, and you're just like, ooh. The Colts have like the ability every so often to sort of fight back in a game like that. And the Jags definitely have the ability to blow a game like that. So I was sort of like watching this pretty carefully, and then like Taylor couldn't quite get going and just sort of put the team on his back because 21 carries, 74 yards and a touchdown. Like it's a good game, but it's just never snapped off one of those big long ones. And like that's kind of the thing with like Jacksonville's defense this year. They've sort of been able to get after the QB. They've been able to sort of like punish the runner and shit a bit. So it's a good win for the Jags, who, as I said last week, hadn't lost to them at home since 2014 or whatever the fuck it was. So
yeah, this is another one of those watching Red Zone while walking the block, walking the dog, and you're just copying bits of plays and all that sort of stuff. And I hadn't seen who was on offense, and they're like, and Leonard drops back, and I'm like, wait, are they mispronouncing Trevor Lawrence? Who's on offense here? Who the fuck is Riley Leonard? There's another one of those ones where like Brady Cook, Riley Leonard. Where are we in? And then, sure enough, we're talking about 2025 sixth round, 189th pick in the 2025 NFL draft is playing against the division leaders with the season on the line. That's the 2025 Colts season for you, mate. And why they're talking about Phillip Rivers.
Crazy. And I feel like Riley Leonard wasn't too bad. Like as I'm watching this, I'm like, Jesus. Anyway, too bad. Colts 8-5 now. The Jags 9-4 and take over the AFC South. Chaos reigns. Steelers 27, Ravens 22. What's a catch? What is a catch? All I want to know in the NFL, what is a catch? Oh, you got to get 2 feet down, and you need to be making like a common football move. Oh, what? He caught the ball, got his 2 feet down, and then it got punched out. It's not like the Ravens dude who got it punched out in the end zone against the Pats in like the AFC title game in 2012, 13. Because that was like almost instantaneous, right? This was like he caught the ball, second foot down, goes to put the third one down, and you don't have a third foot. Like, what are you doing? So it then gets punched out and they call it back. Whereas the Steelers had like the fucking weird Aaron Rodgers bounce up in the air, catches it himself. It gets knocked out, but they reckon he's down. It's like, but what's a catch then?
He was on first.
Like, so it's absolute chaos. Ravens probably feel right to be hard done by, and right to feel hard done by in this game. At the same time, they don't look very fucking good, Gaz.
Nah, they were not. They were not. Lamar didn't look fantastic. Henry bust up. Like his longest is 19. It's like kind of the same sort of shit that, some of the big boys from last year is having. They're just having down years, just not able to break them. Still ended up with 94 yards, and it's just not the fucking same. Zay Flowers has been going off in recent weeks, so he's doing all right. But, geez, this offense for Baltimore, you just don't see them as a playoff contender this year.
So it's a very
beginning
different...
of the year, we're like, this is the one, right?
This is like their best fucking chance as well to do this year, where KC's having a down year. You don't have that fucking bugaboo hanging over your shoulder.
Yep.
And you guys just can't put it together. It's fucked. No. And like that,
yep.
The likely touchdown would have made a massive difference, obviously. But instead, it goes back the other way. Steelers hold on. And I'm going to talk about Rodgers again in a second, but not bad. Like, they lit him up. They went into Baltimore. It's like, if you're a Ravens fan, you'd be fucking furious, I reckon. So, anyway.
It's now looking more and more likely that, guess what, Jim? Mike Tomlin's going to finish at or around 8-8 in the old measures.
Yeah, 9-8. The
at
classic.
Or around mediocrity. Yeah.
Can't go under 500. And so, yeah, there'll be a tie in there, and it'll be 8-1. Broncos 24, Raiders 17 in a hilarious fashion, because if you had bet this game, apologies. I didn't, because I fucking don't trust the Raiders. I don't trust the Broncos either. So 7.5 was this game. We both picked Denver minus 7.5 in our picks last week. Pete Carroll, in all of his wisdom, with 4 seconds left in the game, kicked a field goal to make it a 7-point game. Some people are very angry about this, as they probably ought to be, because there was a bullshit sort of delay of game call as well on a big completion with like no fucking time left, no fucking timeouts. The game's essentially over. They call the delay game. They kick a fucking meaningless field goal. It's like, what are we doing here? It's very funny. Broncos, this is like RJ Harvey's really good. Enjoyed his game because, again, I started him in Supercoach as like, bench cover or whatever. So I was tracking that pretty closely. I'm like, all right, he's being used in the passing game. He's running pretty well. This is good. Bowers had both the touchdowns for the Raiders. You're like, all right, this is sick for Bowers fantasy. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
And they did nothing else. And the Broncos never really kicked the fuck out of him. It's like very cue in the rack after that third touchdown. And rightly so, right? The fucking Raiders couldn't do shit. So, yeah. Anyway, that's about enough of that. Good win for the Broncos. Very funny end. Bears-Packers, this game rocked as well. This was like, so along with what Bills-Bengals,
the one that you wanted.
So good. 21-28. Came right down to the end with the Caleb Williams interception. I mean, who throws an interception to finish a game? I don't know. It's pretty crazy. But the second half of this was elite. The first half was really fucking scrappy, especially from Caleb. But Jordan Love looked incredible at times. It's like he and Drake May, when they've actually just like bing, 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 have that deep ball and they throw it, they look fucking special. Hit Christian Watson for a big fucking a big yak. A touchdown, enjoyed that for him. But I don't know, if you're a Bears fan, do you watch this game and go, shit, we should have won that?
Yeah, you do, particularly because of the hated rivalry. And if you see it was the briefest handshake of coaches of when they met in the middle, when they met in the middle after that. But yeah, there's definitely some spice between these two teams, and considering that they'd taken the last couple of weeks away, taking down the Eagles and all that sort of stuff, which isn't difficult to do, but you got good vibes about it. Some playoff teams, you thought they would have felt not confident, but they knew that this was a measuring stick game. And the Packers themselves have been up and down all year. So they would have thought that they had a sniff here. And to be honest, they could have, Anyway, they didn't. I'm sure there's a big sniff that they might meet again in the playoffs. So we'll see what happens.
Well, I think they play again in like 2 weeks.
Oh, do they?
So, which is awesome.
Oof. Very nice one.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they do, because I think that was only the first time they played this year. Which prompted all the Ben Johnson, Matt LaFleur shit, which I'll talk about again in a second. But yeah, like the go-ahead touchdown from, like, it was tied. Josh Jacobs has the go-ahead touchdown late, like 3 minutes to go. And you're like, this is a fucking, as you said, measuring stick. Like,
Yep.
Throw it out there. Are you good? Are you good? Show me. Show me. Show me. And they drove. They were right fucking there. And then the Caleb, it was a pretty tough interception to finish it off. But 22 seconds left, so they were right within their fucking spots. And you're like, oh, it was like the same sort of play that they'd run earlier, and I think Caleb scrambled to get it down. But this time he threw it, and boom, game over. But awesome on both sides. Green Bay, this is the sort of shit you want to see, them rounding into form, etc. And for the Bears fans, it's like, just fucking be competitive and win a couple more games, get to the playoffs, and see how you go. It's all good. Hey, the Rams kicked the shit out of the Cardinals, 45-17. Puka went off his head, 167 and 2 touchdowns. Stafford just like patting that MVP resume, I reckon. Cards just like looking lost, confused, bemused, just don't know what's going on. That is a team that's just like, do not care. Jacoby Brissett's like, I'm still good, check this out. It didn't matter. They just fucking killed
Michael
him.
Wilson's gone off his fucking head in the last 3 weeks.
He's
with
been
no Marvin Harrison Jr.
Fantastic.
Trey McBride just keeps doing his shit. He's just like, he's another guy. Him and Brock Bowers, you're like, got to be thinking, oh, fuck it. Come on, guys. What more can I do?
Yeah. It's a weird situation, like, but I don't know, the Rams, the Blake Corum, like the second touchdown, I want to say, the big run, it's just like, fucking yes, this is over. And it was very quickly.
Yeah, and it was.
Texans, Chiefs. Now this was a game. Oh, shit. It turned. It was 20-10, right? And this all sort of just gets a bit sideways on everybody. It's 10-0 at the half. Houston are leading. You're like, I like this. I like this a lot. Let's fucking keep going. And then their offense just went to shit, Gaz. Like, it was just three it out. And you're like, what the fuck has happened? And then it all turns again when they go for it on their own fucking, 31, I think it was.
Yeah.
And I'm just watching, going, it's Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs just getting the schlong out and go, yeah, what do you reckon about this? And they didn't get it. And then it sort of flipped the entire fucking game on its head because the Chiefs' defense would be so fucking good in that second half. You're like, do you not trust the defense? I don't know. I'm usually all fucking gung-ho and shit about fourth downs. But sometimes, obviously, you just game fucking vibes, momentum. Your defense is kicking the shit out of their offense. At some point, you're going to go, we'll just fucking kick it. We'll get it back because our defense is killing these motherfuckers. Like, and to turn it over there made it a lot easier for them to score, obviously. And then, bang, they go for it again later on. And you're like, same thing fucking happened. And boom, they're up 10 at the very end. And you're sort of still good, like, the 3 and outs from like Mahomes and stuff was surprising, and then when the Kelsey dropped,
3 picks. When was the last time you had 3 picks and no interceptions? Sorry, 3 picks and no touchdowns. Look. And the ones that obviously, you mentioned the drops, but the off the hands, the Kelsey off the hands, the interception, like those things just don't happen. Like last year, the year before, the last 5 years.
There was like 6 dropped catches, I think, for KC, and you're like, it's just a lot, and yeah, obviously the last one's the death knell, and it's Kelsey just going, I got better things to be doing than this. So yes. Yeah, and you've got,
and look, they've never been a run first team, but Mahomes, you're leading Russia with 59. And the longest run of the game was 15. Like everyone else, you got Kareem Hunt and Pacheco with the 6-yard longest runs for the entire game. And I think the Kareem Hunt was a punch-in one in the only touchdown. So fucking hell, they're in a world of pain.
Crazy, but it was the exact same as every other Chiefs game I think this year, right? Where you're like, what's going on here, right? You're just watching the team and go, what the fuck is going on? What are you idiots? You're better than this. Like, I'm not angry. I'm just kind of weirdly confused and disappointed a bit. But at the same time, I'm like, I don't want you to make the fucking playoffs. So this is great. Flip side, I also don't want fucking Houston to make the playoffs. This sucks. What are we doing? So anyway, rocking a hard place as a Pats fan. Tough one for the Chiefs though. Like they're 6-7. I'm about to break down all the fucking scenarios, but yeah, it was a weird game. Houston pulled this one out of their ass, which makes me feel much better about Houston. and much worse about the Chiefs because it's what they do. And then the last game of the week, what happened in that one? 22-19.
Speaking of watching teams' games and just going, what the fuck's going on? Eagles Chargers. I knew that we'd have a problem. Their defense is good. Our offense is not. I thought we were missing Jalen Carter. I thought that Juzzy Herbs being a one-armed bandit might help, and their offensive line being porous might help. And to an extent, that was right, Jim. Like, the Eagles walked away with 7 sacks in this game. Jalix Hunt had 2.5 by himself. They hit... I nearly said Phillip Rivers again. They hit Juzzy Herbs 11 times on top of that with 7 tackles for loss. But, Jim, it's really hard to get over 4 interceptions by your quarterback, your Super Bowl MVP quarterback. Those interceptions, there should have been a 5th. The very first one, he was overthrowing, like, in a wild way. So when the Eagles were winning, the offense was fucking dirty and not putting up points, but we didn't turn the ball over, and that defense was getting the job done. This game was just out of control. So there was the first one that was nearly picked, sailed straight over Smitty's head. It bounced. Then there was another one that was just a clear. I'm like, I don't know what you fucking saw, but like there was definitely a defender in the way all day, Jalen. The third one was hang on, I've lost track of them. No, so there was that one was there was one that was straight, that wasn't his fault, that was straight off AJ Brown's hands, that was catchable. He caught the exact same pass later in the game. Yes, it was high, but he just snags that shit. But then there was the weird one where he didn't see the defensive player. He's passed the ball straight to him, but then the Eagles offense have come around and punched the ball out into Jalen Hurts' arms, who grabs the ball, who then has it punched out again. So Jalen Hurts ends up with an interception, a fumble recovery, and a fumble for a turnover, all in the same play. And it was just fucking wild.
So
but in and amongst...
The stat on that, he was the first player since 1978 to have 2 turnovers on 1 play.
There you go. But in amongst all of that dog shit, right, the Eagles were in this and very much had a chance to win this. So only managed a field goal, but once again, the things that just could go wrong did go wrong. We could have gone in 3 points down at the half, and fucking Jake Elliott, who last year was automatic, misses from, I think it was like 47, 48. There was some nice plays. Saquon got going again, got gone for 122 yards on a fucking amazing play that was the fake tush push around the outside, toss to Saquon that he takes for 52 yards to the end zone.
Around the outside. 52 yards goes bang. So
it's fucking great. First we'd had of that all fucking season, right? AJ Brown still put up 100. There was some dog shit plays from him, but then there was some on the outside that, he took down the sideline, hurdling people. The thing that pissed me off, Jim, is there was one part in the commentary that was like, Dallas Goedert had 3 receptions for 3 first downs, and here's a crossing play that you don't see very often from the Eagles. Fucking why, Jim? Why do you not see crossing plays from the Eagles? Because you've got Smitty, who runs awesome routes. You've got fucking slant routes from AJ Brown. You've got Dallas Goedert across the middle. Fucking fantastic. And you've got a LA Chargers defense who don't give up plays over the top, right? They don't give up plays over the top, and they were trying to shut down Saquon. So you're going to have gaps over the middle, and we didn't take advantage. On the flip side, Juzzy Herbs did as good a job as he could with as a one-armed fucking dude. Got just molested by the defensive line of the Eagles all game, but they did what they needed to do.
Yep.
Like, they just got it done. There was no fucking crazy receiving yards. Coop kept Ladd McConkey in check, but once again, 169 yards, just enough. Touchdown from Hampton, who that was a nice couple of catch and runs that Hampton had. Rookie who just come back from IR. But the story of the game was fucking what? We're talking about I'm trying to count, Jim. 8 total turnovers.
was chaos.
That is fucking wild. Fucking wild. So it was a two lost fumbles and an interception for the Chargers, and 5 total turnovers because Jalen Hurts had 5 by himself. Like, what the fuck? Lose a turnover battle, lose the game, and that's where we sit. Not confident about this Eagles team. I want to win the division. I want to keep the Cowboys out, and then I'm going to pack her up for the playoffs and just enjoy football because we're going to get the shit kicked out of us by any fucking one who's there.
I don't know. It's I feel like teams need nadirs like this, right? And it's better to have it in week fucking 14 than week 17. Or week 18.
We've been having it for 2 months, Jim. 5 weeks, 3 losses in a row, and 5 weeks where the offense has scored 21 points once.
But you had the good vibes bunny, so...
There was a good vibes, buddy. It was all of like, I know it's a piss take, but obviously for the Eagles, it's the sort of thing like about taking themselves too fucking seriously because they had been on the sidelines for 6 or 8 weeks and they'd all been talking about how low energy this Eagles are. We've picked it up. Yeah. Like they just seemed fucking lethargic. The Super Bowl hangover, they're just fucking cooked. There was no energy. There was no bounce to it. Like when they were starting to make plays, there was some vibes again. But then again, you messaged me during it. I'm like, fuck, every time there's good vibes, we shoot ourselves in the foot with a fucking turnover. Yeah. Give them the ball back.
It was crazy to watch it go back and forth in the turnover. Just like, you have the ball. No, you have the ball. No, you have the ball. Who wants the ball? Nobody. And Herbs, as you said, like was solid-ish, but also played like a dude with a broken fucking hand.
Yeah.
Like every time they're just like, oh shit. And like the fumble that he did lose, it's because he's just like, oh fuck, he's going to get my hand. And it's like, he's got the ball in the other hand, obviously, but then he just fucking kind of shits himself at the end of it. For the Chargers to get a win out of this is huge because I'm about to dive into the KC stuff. But 9-4, feeling good after that. It's massive to get that one under the belt because everything gets that much easier for them from here on out. So, anyway, all right, speaking of which, let's do it. Can KC still make the playoffs, Gaz? Yeah, nah. What do you reckon? Because I'll do the
fucking long way.
I'll do the big breakdown.
So, we're now talking, what are we talking? 4 teams with a record above them.
Yep.
2 of them with 3-game leads, 2 of them with 2-game leads. But some of those teams play each other. So it's a fucking long way, but you wouldn't think the way that they're playing at the moment. Yep. Right? What's their schedule looking like?
Let's do it. Texans, Bills, and Jags have all got the head-to-head tiebreakers over them already. They've also got the worst conference record out of the top 10 AFC teams. If they win out, they still only have a 52% chance. That has now probably changed drastically after the Chargers won today. So if you get the Bills and the Jags in, like, you know, they're both 9-4 at this point, right? They just need to go 2-2 over the rest of the way. They'll be fine. They get in. Happy days. 8-5 Texans. They got the second easiest remaining strength of schedule as well. They go 3-1. They're Dunskies ahead of KC, laughing. So it's really the Chiefs, the Chargers, the Colts, the Dolphins, and the Ravens for that last spot. The Chiefs play the Chargers next week. So everything just hinges now basically on that game. Because it sort of pushes everything else down. They are hosting the Chargers, right? Then they're at the Titans. They host the Broncos. Then they're at the Raiders. Which, I mean, we've given, like, you know, KC and the Raiders plenty of airtime in the past. I think they'll be okay in that one, though. Basically, they're going to win out, make it to 10-7.
And hope for a lot of help.
And hope that the Chargers lose the rest of their games, basically. They can't win the AFC West, so that's the first time in 9 years that they can't win it. And then, like, the Chargers, now with that Eagles win, they now have at Chiefs, at the Cowboys, versus the Texans, and at the Broncos. So it's actually pretty fucking hard, right?
Yep.
So KC, look, they want the Chargers to lose to the, you know, they have to beat them next week, and the Chargers. And even the Chargers, like, do beat the Texans and the Cowboys after beating if they go 3-0 against the Eagles, Texans, and Cowboys, like, that's the out of division play. If they finish 10-7 and still tied with the Chiefs, like, the Chiefs, I think, just probably still get ahead with the common games tiebreaker, but because they've beaten Philly, it gets a lot squirrelier. Basically, it comes down to who wins that Chargers-Chiefs game next week, really. Outback Takehouse for this week isn't simply the Chiefs being in this position and then coming back and winning the fucking Super Bowl, the most Chiefs shit in the world, Gaz.
It wouldn't be. It's not far from it.
Like, everybody wrote us off. We're the greatest team that ever existed because we came back, we were 6-7. We made the playoffs. We won out. We won all the way through. And we beat the Eagles in the fucking Super Bowl. It was crazy. It does feel like the most Chiefs shit ever. And it's like, that's how you become like the greatest team of all time.
Well, we find out that realistically they've like, I don't know, they've been smoking joints. They've been taking Xanax before each game. They've not trained. And then all of a sudden Andy Reid goes, oh, we're going to start training week 14. We're just going to see what happens. Just going to throw some shit at the wall and see what sticks.
So they do have a lot of ground to make up. But two of those games being Titans and Raiders helps a lot. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not fucking dancing on their grave just yet. It just gets really fucking hard. Like that Broncos game is going to be really hard. The Broncos are going to be fighting all the way for the 1 seed, obviously. Chargers next week, though, that'll be basically the linchpin game. So, Are the Bucks going to miss the playoffs, guys? Yeah, no.
I mean, it's going to come fucking close. Who have the Panthers got left? It's sad. It's weird to think this.
Tampa Bay play the Falcons this week, and then they play at the Panthers the following week, at the Dolphins, and then, guess what? Who do they play in the last week? The Panthers. It's basically a trick question because it's basically who wins these two fucking games between the Bucks and the Panthers. That'll be who wins the NFC South. It's crazy, and I love it. So, the fact that the Bucks have got the Dolphins and the Falcons in between. The Dolphins suddenly looking a little bit frisky. It gets a little bit more interesting. The Panthers' other two games, they play the Saints this week, who are out there just fucking ruining everybody else in their division season. And then they've got a Seahawks game. So really, it all comes down to those two games head-to-head more than anything. So, I don't know. I would prefer to see the Bucks in the playoffs. I think they've got like a higher ceiling, but with, as I've said, time and fucking time again, if Baker's dinged up at all, it all just gets a bit squirrely and sideways. So I don't know. What do you reckon? You gonna stake a flag, or is it just basically we have to go week by week with who wins those fucking two games, right?
It's fucking I can't say. I mean, you've got to think that as you said, the Saints. You can't see them getting over the Seahawks, right? No. So at best, you think that they can go 3-1, whereas Bucks.
Well, if they went 3-1, it's over. So they would have beaten the Bucks twice. That's true.
Anyway. Anyway, we'll see. Well, let's see.
All right. So Colts. When do I take a victory lap? Do I have to wait a little? Do I have to wait like one more week, or with all this?
I mean, we've said that like the beginning of the set when they were red hot. We're like, oh, this second half. Forget about the injuries. We said it was a very, very, it was a nice, soft introduction into the season, but then it was going to get real rigid real quick. And this is where we are, right? Like even forgetting about Danny Dimes and all that sort of stuff.
7-1, now 8-5. Not mathematically out of it by any shot, obviously. But they play at the Seahawks this week with who the fuck knows at QB. Then they host the Niners, host the Jags, and then they go to the Texans. I think they might be cooked. And this is the thing I yelled about the other day. I'm like, look, it was the Chiefs game that was just absolutely everything. And they lose that. And that's the fraud watch game. And boom. The frauds lose to the Texans, lose to the Jags, play them again each. And I think they're, packer up boys. But I don't know. I'm not a sore winner. I'm not going to bash you over the head with how right I was ever, Gaz. That's not my style.
Sure.
The Steelers and Mike Tomlin. I love that during the week because everyone's just like, is Mike Tomlin good? And everyone's like, I think so. And then they came out and beat the Ravens, and I think everyone's just going to shut the fuck up again. So that was...
Yep.
Was it just because everyone had nothing else to talk about for that 1 week after Thanksgiving? What do you reckon? Yeah, no.
Yeah. It's just kind of like, but it happens every year. Every year, it's like Tomlin's cooked. And to be fair, we just need the... what did I say? Last week I was talking about the Andy Reid kind of era coming to the end of that Eagles team of the 2000s that made all the NFC Championship games in a row. But you know what? Sometimes the message gets old and you need a fresh change of scenery. And he goes and kicks the shit out of fucking teams for a dynasty with the Chiefs. And Tomlin could go and take his way of dealing with some prima donnas, wide receivers, and take that vibe and go somewhere else. And
go to the
maybe
Giants.
he ends up back at Dallas with George Pickens. Who fucking knows?
Go to the Giants, see what happens.
Yeah.
Good bloke of the week. Who am I buying a beer this week? Aaron Rodgers is a bell end.
He bought it back.
He's a massive bell end, but I absolutely fucking love that he had the discount double check for his first rushing touchdown in years. It was amazing. The discount double check was like obviously a big thing when I lived over in the States for like all of his ads when he was super duper the fucking best player in the league. And to bust out the discount double check was pretty great. I enjoyed that a lot. Shadussi. Shadur. I love this. First Browns QB with 300 plus passing yards, 3 plus touchdowns, passing touchdowns, and a rushing touchdown the same game since 1950.
Wow.
That was when they allowed African Americans in the league, Gaz. That's
Jesus.
a long fucking time ago. So, yeah, Shadussi, pretty bloody good. Phil Rivers, obviously, I want to buy him a beer because I'm like, I feel you, buddy. So don't want to hang out with the fucking wife and kids. Just needs a getaway. Just go to the pub. You don't have to go back to work. It's all right. The bloke is literally a grandfather. I fucking lost my mind at that part. It's like, what? Have there been other grandfathers who have played in the NFL before? I'm pretty sure it's possible, but geez. And Tyler Shuck, that game that he played was fan-fucking-tastic. I thought he was awesome. Like, you didn't probably, that Tampa Bay game was just a fucking mess. And the way that he got them through it. He almost won it off his own back. And you sort of go into next season, go to the Saints, just roll with him. Like, he might not be bad. I don't know. So that was kind of cool. Did you have anyone you want to buy a beer, Gary?
Nah, I got a few people who have annoyed me this week.
Herbs is another one. Like, as I said, like, he looked fucking terrified every time anyone was near his hand. He got the win, so it was good. Old mate, no mates. Baker and Co. getting fined for their violent gestures in their...
That's so wild, Jim. There's a couple of people who've been fined for this. The wiping of the nose. Come on, man.
What are we doing?
It's just excessive. This wiping of the nose. It's like, how is that violent? I just don't get it. I don't understand it.
The No Fun League strikes again. Ben Johnson versus Matt LaFleur. They're old mate, no mates, both of them. With Ben Johnson sort of just going, fucking love beating Matt LaFleur twice a year every time with Detroit, man. It was sick as. And Matt LaFleur's like, who the fuck are you? We've never met.
Yeah.
Oh, now I'm pissy. And he came out and wanted to beat him, and he did. That was pretty fucking fun. George Pickens, he's back, baby. I love the George Pickens stuff. Just, you got to let him fly his freak flag just every so often, just go a bit troppo. The refs on that likely touchdown call. And I probably more hate the ref culture around it that goes out of its way to prove why they were right, where if you sat down in a bar and go, was that a touchdown, to like the entire bar of drunk idiots watching the football, they'll go, yes, that's a touchdown. And you got some fucking Dorcas Malorcas going, nah, he's got a...
actually...
The second foot's down, but he's also got to do something with it. It's like, fucking since when? Like, does a running back, all he has to do is cross the plane as a running back, right? He's got his feet on the ground. The ball is just... the tiniest little smidgen has to cross the front of the fucking line and it's a touchdown. This poor fucking receiver has to catch it and the ball is across the line. He's got 2 feet down at that point, but he's also got to cradle it like a fucking baby. What are we doing here?
Complete the catch. Complete the catch.
Hate it. And my last one was Terry Bradshaw. I don't know if he's just like weirdly racist, but I don't know. He's just old man Terry Bradshaw, right? He's never met Mike Tomlin. Did you see this?
No, I missed
He's like,
that.
now I've never met Mike Tomlin. It's like, he's been the coach of the Steelers for 20 years, Terry Bradshaw. You're a Steelers legend who won 1 million Super Bowls with what the fuck? How have you never met Mike Tomlin? And then people are like, oh, he gave him shit 10 years ago. I'm like, he's been the coach 20 years, though. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? That was weird. So I don't know if Mike Tomlin just really fucking hates Terry Bradshaw's guts, or like Terry Bradshaw just doesn't like associating with those people. Because he had another weirdly like quasi-racist statement to, was it Michael Strahan? But it was kind of like then explained as like, oh no, it's about rich people. And you're like, is it? Is it though? Okay. A lot of bending over backwards. Anyway, who are you going to go, old mate, no mates?
I'm not really happy with the positive vibes bunny and the job that he did this week for the Eagles team. That really wasn't too fantastic. I'm just going to leave it there because I'm pretty angry. It's a bit fresh, Jim.
Good vibes bunny. I know, to do an Easter, it's just... The good vibes bunny, I think, is funny.
Yeah.
But an Easter bunny, I think it makes it less funny because it's Christmas. Like, if you just get a random bunny and go, that's our good vibes bunny, but it's like an Easter bunny, it's like you've kind of half-assed this a little bit. I don't know. Yeah.
I think you're probably reading into it too much, Jim.
Am I, though? Am I? Did they get a win? No. I've already done the Outback Takehouse of the Chiefs just still winning the Super Bowl despite being 6-7 is the most Chief shit ever, and I hate it. Just quickly though, I think I kind of like didn't hit on this earlier. Like the Pats obviously don't play this week, so feeling good about that. Having a bye, nice, kind of fucking relaxing watching football weekend. But then you watch like the Texans, the Broncos, all these sort of teams. And there is nothing but a fucking, like, terrifying fear that we are 100% a one and done team.
Yeah.
Where we make the playoffs and get rolled by a lower seed, because I don't think we're that good. And, like, when you watch, like, all of that Texans game against the Chiefs and the way they were shutting them down on defense, you're like, that would just fucking ruin the Pats at the moment. Broncos in the same sort of vein. I wouldn't be as much afraid of perhaps even the Chiefs, really, but then... If you're then suddenly fucking playing the Chiefs in the playoffs, you should be afraid because they will do some dumb shit and beat you. Yeah. I'm not wildly confident still. Like the lid is still pretty firmly on, I think, on this team until we see how they go against the Bills this week and all that sort of stuff. Yeah. I guess that's the other one little bit of news is that they moved the Pats-Ravens game in 2 weeks. They flexed that into prime time. So that's kind of neat. So
imagine if they started to show up, Jim.
Fucking don't know about that. Anyway, little Aussie battler of the week, Jordan Mailata had a bit of a rough one at times. He got away with a hold on one on the Saquon touchdown. He also got pinged for a big one too. So
he did. Yep.
Never good when you're getting lots of Jordan Mailata. But
he seems to be one of the only dudes who's not fucking injured on that offensive line at the moment. That's a fucking revolving door. He's as consistent as ever, but anyway.
Anyway, good stuff by him. And finally, Captain Fantasy. NFL Supercoach, I did really fucking well this week because Shadussi. So as I mentioned, we'll break this down on Jim Does Supercoach, but rolling with Shadur Sanders in my emergency spot with him scoring 68 versus me trading out Drake May for Jalen Hurts, who scored 8. That's a pretty big turnaround. So I'll take that 60 extra points. But anyway, I think I landed this week overall in the entire comp. I was 185th, so I'm 38th for the entire season. So doing pretty bloody well. And in terms of the actual Legends League, I think I got a win. Was able to put the Q in the rack for like the Monday Night Football game. How'd you go, Gaz?
Yeah, look, I think I've either won 3 or 4 in a row, Jim. So I'm on a late season run from somewhere near the fucking bottom to somewhere near the 2/3 of the way up the ladder, but I'm on the second lowest points in the fucking 4 in the league, Jim, because my highest draft pick from you was T. Higgins, who's been out for some weeks and didn't have a quarterback, and then was also AJ Brown, who's had a fucking shitful season. So both players have come on late in the season and doing all right, but still way down in terms of our
wasn't my first pick for you,
Legends League.
Nico Collins?
Oh yeah, Nico Collins.
Nico
Yeah,
was the
so
number 1 pick.
yeah.
Love Nico. Yeah, so I think we've already got the finals set. So the semi-finals are Tavis and Gran's got the Kittle on, which I think Gran's got the Kittle on. That's fucking McKeegan. That's hilarious. And I'm going up against Matty O. So it is on for young and fucking old in the Legends League. I do like that we're a 12-team league. We've only got 4 fucking final spots. Jesus.
Weird.
So good times. Anyway. Sick. Well, I think that's it.
There we go.
Because we're going to do the Week 15 preview later this week. So, all right.
Yeah, we are.
Good bloody stuff. Press the button, Jim. All right. Well, that'll do us for this one. In the meantime, check us a follow on Facey, Twitter, IG, TikTok, and YouTube. You can see the power rankings, all the other little videos that might go up during the week. Yeah, we do the Thursday Night Football preview, etc. Rate, review, star, subscribe everywhere on your podcast apps, whichever ones you use. Come on, it's 2025. You know what to do. That can be your Christmas present to us. A comment, a review, a like, 5 stars, maybe. Appreciate whatever you can do. Big thanks, obviously, go to House Hats for the intro and outro song. And get around Jim does Supercoach for all your NFL Supercoach needs. I'm ranked 38th in the entire fucking thing. So it's pretty good. Just saying. And NBA Straya is crushing it at the moment too as well. Lots of fun stuff going on there. NBA Cup knockouts tomorrow. And Gaz, what do you want to plug?
What do I want to plug, Jim? Cheesesteak tipping. Gino's going off on this at the moment. He's calling people out. He's judging his own stuff live. He lost this week because he actually tipped the Eagles. Like, what a fool. But yeah, Gino's getting fucking way into it. So cheesesteaktipping.com, get it in there, and yeah, you'll be good to go.
So I won last week. I
That's
now have
3 cheesesteaks?
I've got 3 cheesesteaks coming my way.
I keep forgetting to put them in, Jim. I keep spruiking this, and then I go to bed after this happens, and then I forget to put my own tips in. So there you go.
Tough scenes. Scenes. Yeah, I might just save all mine for the Super Bowl and just fucking go hammer and tongs. That'd be great.
Yeah, there you go.
Anyway, that's it. Good stuff. We will catch you on Thursday for the picks and previews. So that'll be a fun one.
Yeah.
Catch you then, you dickheads.
See yous.
Later, Hosen.